Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this Avar series, the Pannonian Avars series here on the Lord Mass channel. It is the 4th episode of that series in which, man, a lot has happened on the previous episode, mostly warfare related. Even we had a war against our liege, King Boris of Bulgaria. Yeah, we had an issue with him, but we kind of got over it, despite the fact that I blackmailed him and exposed his secret and revolted against you. But hey, it was you. It was you that tried to revoke one of my titles. And yeah, we fought each other, we kicked the crap out of each other, but still, we kind of got over it because there was another threat. That was Balaton, which has currently been dealt with, and it's going to take a while for the levies and their men-at-arms to recover, especially from Austria and Steiermark as part of East Francia, in which we feel that I think the way to suppress this threat is to go reconquer this area. This used to be Avar land long ago. And since this is very much a decentralized realm because of all these chiefdoms there, so no doubt that we will go on a conquest war, but that time is not now because, well, we're in a recovery period, but we'll recover faster than they will. And I'll be, in 4 months' time, I'll gain another perk, which will most likely be Organized March since we're going to be on the offensive. There's no reason to do the raid speed yet. Oh, and by the way, now that we mention raids, I mean, we haven't raided this area in a while, and the so-called Great Moravia isn't strong enough to try to, you know, take us out, as they're currently busy with another issue. So I thought, well, one of my men is a Reaver. He's a much better raider than I am, so maybe he should take it up to it. So you could say, well, I don't know. It would be better to organize an army just to increase that levy size just a tad bit. So, how are you, my brother? If you're building stuff, that's good. But I hope you live long enough for you to become the architect. Just to add more stewardship skill, so you could be a much more competent steward. I mean, he's already a very competent one at that. But now we can resume the development in the county. There's only one more holding to build, and that's war camps, but we'll hold that off in a bit. As we're currently building one in Visegrad, which is slowly developing, whereas we put our main focus on developing here at our home, which is the stronghold of the Avar resistance. And we'll see too, because it says, hey, you can have a claim on Transylvania. She's been saying that a lot as of late, but I just couldn't afford it. But we can afford it now, along with a few other things. So, for the time being, this early part of the episode, we're going to be doing some activities to pass the time, because I really need to get this stress down. The last thing I would want is a mental breakdown to give me what negative trait that I may pick up from. That's the last thing I would ever want to happen to me. I could learn one more foreign language, but there's no need for that. And if I had a much higher learning skill, I would have learned Serbo-Croatian, but I really don't need it right now. Just only the languages that are the most important to the Avars. But honestly, why did I learn Greek? Of all the languages, why did I learn Greek? But at least I bought that Cretan man over here, who is my What's the position called? Court Tutor. Yes. Court Tutor. Mm-hmm. We only have him here because, you know, we kind of like each other a bit. At least he knows my language, so he understands me. I'm my personal champion. A seneschal, which, what that is it serves an important role in the day-to-day life of the royal household, administering the servants and keeping everything running smoothly. Again, we can afford all the positions that we can just appoint. So the effects on the liege would be me, right? There's more control growth, and even more based on aptitude, because Visegrad itself here was attacked and occupied for a time by the enemy. Unfortunately, there is a woman for the job, and she is just. That's not just a woman, that's my concubine. Well, why did you tell me that? There you go. So yeah, combine that with increased control of the county, but it's currently in building, so there's no reason for that yet. Oh yeah, I forgot. Visegrad is also where the legends of the demon slaying exorcist and his mortal servant girl. And there's another event that's occurring in Heves, which we'll get that down to the moment. But first, just to celebrate our recent raids, epic battles that we were victorious in, including the defense of Heves here. And also there is a literal ghost towns around here. It seems that ghosts engage in boring and everyday activities like eating, conversation, and games, or so the recent ghost sightings in this region would suggest. Who knows if such stories are fabrications or pranks, or indeed true eyewitness accounts, which I'll have to go investigate a ghost town. After the hunt, after the feast, after I get my stress down, because you may never know that what goes on here in this part of the countryside of farmlands. So let's held the hunt. Sound the horn, which I'll be hunting down here. And after, when I come back to the hunt, we're gonna go hold a feast. So yeah, got additional money. You can do a conquest war, since it's outside the realm. What's cheaper? Conquer Duchy or my claims? You can't have both. 125 versus 188, so claims, or alternatively, subjugate. Well, why not do both? You got the prestige for it. You're going to get some of that prestige with the hunt and the feast anyhow. So Subjugation War it is, because keep in mind, even if I wanted to do a Duchy War, this would be separated. And even with the subjugation, I will have its high chiefdoms. I will have both of these, and these will add it to my collection of great titles that'll make me feel more prestigious. But if any of these chieftains are resenting against me, despite the fact that I speak their language, so they can understand me, we're going to have a problem. Because remember, I don't take revolts too kindly. If there's any kind of revolt at all, well then, we're going to put them down, revoke their titles, and send some accomplished Avar champions of mine to be administering certain parts. Based on their abilities, of course. But anyways, it's time for a hunt. And after we bag an animal, then we go eat. Grand old feast. And then we'll go to the ghost town. And then subjugation. All in that order. Whew. You would think it's a creature from a myth. Perhaps a god disguised in animal form. It was the largest heart I had ever seen. Even after the beast was wounded, the chase lasted half a day. It is still an imposing sight, lying dead before me. Its head would look beautiful in my great hall. Excellent, a hunting trophy. An impressive hunting trophy hangs in this character's great hall, showing off their achievements. You know, they should have that as an artifact. They should have that as a trinket or something you put in your royal court if you were feudal. What? Ah, come on. Boris, come on. We saved some of your territory. Are we really going to go through this again? It's like, yes, I rebelled against you once. We're not going to go through this again, you know? Well, it's kind of too late for a pardon now. Wait a minute. What if he does it anyway? I mean, after I ask for a pardon. So he'll concede his imprisonment reason and his title of ratification on me. My dear kinsman. Oh, kinsman, eh? Your plea is just, and I find myself swayed by your arguments. I hereby pardon you of any or current crimes in the eyes of the Kingdom of Bulgaria. In a perpetuity, you shall remain a free man. Security at last. I fear that this isn't gonna go away, because honestly, hey, wait a minute. If I pardon myself of the crimes already, and then, he's gonna be doing a tyrannical thing. He's gonna make himself look bad. It's like, look, this is a just imprisonment reason. But even if I were to say let myself go, people would rise up in tyranny. They're like, oh, how dare you imprison this Avar? But at best, ignore the call. Just ignore him. We'll rise up. Unfortunately, we're not going to get another petition on the siege. See what happens. We dare him. We know the hunt is drawing to an end. We mount our horses to leave the farmlands behind as servants prepare the heart and other game for the journey back. I've held my share of hunts, and people around me start taking notice. Word is spreading my activities. We return home, reinvigorated. Now I'm a novice hunter. Tuzniq deftly answers the call of both the wild and the bow, increasing the prowess even more, and better stress loss as well. Now, we're going to take our sweet time to hold a feast. Our men-at-arms is fully filled, but the levies have not yet fully recovered. I ain't afraid. Let's see who's coming to the feast. Just my vassals and my wife. Alright. Guests are gathered in the great hall, lords and ladies from near and far reaches of the realm. The mood is bright, the spirits are high as the feast begins. Welcome, friends. I ain't nervous at all. We're just partaking in a feast, despite the threat from the Bulgarian king. My lord, the wine we cracked over the next barrel and it has gone bad. It has all gone bad. The feast still raging. Without the drink, the mood is sure to dwindle at a cruel pace. Years fought thirst. To supply your guests with enough drink is the job of anyone. The wine merchant should still be in town. Counting down the days. Please do go on. I attentively listened to Count Mana Uh, as he carelessly reveals all manner of things. Distracted by getting one last drop of his tankard, he's oblivious to how carefully I'm paying attention. Once he realizes, starts getting up. I'm only rambling. It's not true anyways, any of it. Oh, you just happen to be very interesting rambles. Oh, is that so? Oh, good God, all these things. This is the lover he was talking about. 47. Oh, they're both the same age. But let me tell you something. You know it's a serious crime. Adultery or anything like that is a serious crime. But you're one of the good vassals, so I won't do that. Why would I do that? A warlike courtier. So he lives in a warlike court as Bulgaria, obviously. Murd. Oh, he's old and infirm. He ain't gonna be around much. I gotta get another hook out of that man. So I suggest you're going back to Bulgaria just to find the secrets. Any kind of secret. Just anything to get a hook on him. Just in case something like that were to happen. Oh, and what else? No. Worry about that later. Less than a week now. Greetings, Duke Tuzniq of Visegrad. I've studied the Uyghur language for many moons. This letter I personally penned using the Uyghur script, dedicated to you, a letter of friendship from a speaker of Slavonic. I wish for our future diplomatic dealings to benefit both of us greatly. Don't need a prestige right now, but it's good to know that you speak my language. Oh, you are a well-learned man. He could learn more languages if he had a lot of free time in his hands, as he is a scholar. But I'd say impressive. Send my regards. Words of war. What right does Kalmanar think he has claimed that my ideas of warfare are misguided? Claiming that my ideas would break down the moment the combat is met. What does he know, really? I would love the chance to settle this on the battlefield, which we had discussions of strategy. Discussing strategies with experienced commanders proved fruitful for this character. At least Manar showed me that I'm able to defend my understanding of martial lifestyle. As he loses a bit more opinion, but that does not matter. But honestly, I wouldn't take him on in a fight, but I could. 3, 2, 1, 0. Well, anyways. With everyone headed for their respective homes, I'm proud to say that the feast was a success. I have my wife somewhere to thank for much of its success, and I feel nothing but gratitude to see the few guests off. Until next time, now I'm an eager reveler. Which Tuzniq has sampled the intoxicating life of carousing and debauchery and is hungry for more. Yeah. A little more diplomacy and a bit more intrigue. A higher opinion to other revelers. Well, war hasn't broken out yet, so let's use this time to finally go investigate the ghost town. There is an area in my domain where stories of ghosts abound. It is said some of the settlements near are home to the so-called ghost towns, where The locals claim to witness seeing spirits moving about. I've been feeling a little brave lately, and I want to get to the bottom of this. Are there really such ghosts out there? I will travel to one of these so-called ghost towns, hopefully encounter some ghosts. Here's some historical context for you people. The spirits of the dead have featured in folklore and mythology of virtually every culture around the world since time immemorial. Likewise, every culture has its legends about places where ghosts will congregate and take care of their supernatural business. So, we're going to go on investigation here in Heves. I'll keep the extra taxes. It's going to cost me a lot of prestige, but glad you'd be saving up for this. I'll catch a glimpse of them, I'm sure. So we're investigating it right now. Ghost hunting. For a long while now, there have been stories circulating about supposed ghosts appearing in massive numbers in some settlements in Heves. I was curious. I wanted to see if I could catch a glimpse of such supernatural phenomenon. So on a whim, I decided to go there myself, to a town where such things are apparently common. Once we arrived, I and several guards decided to stay up late at night, watching outside the window for any signs of spirits. Come on, reveal yourselves. Just be patient, even though I'm an ambitious man. And as I'm brave, I fear no ghost. A spooky sighting. Just as I was beginning to doze off, I saw them. I saw all the spirits marching here and there. My jaw dropped open. Such things few living people have witnessed. Yet there they were, walking around like the living. I was so excited I accidentally slipped and landed face first into the floor. When I gained consciousness, my guards were relieved that I hadn't injured myself, and he asked me what happened. I was so excited earlier. I told them what I witnessed, but they were confused. One guard says, "There's nothing out there, my lord. We saw nothing." I swear, I saw the ghosts. I'm not crazy. I saw them. Behind the party, and I saw a ghost town for the next 12 years. Huh. This character won't stop talking about how they supposedly saw an entire town full of ghosts. This increases my intrigue a bit, but some people ain't gonna like me for that, and they're gonna call me crazy. So that ends it here. Damn it, keep trying. We'll get Transylvania sooner or later. You know this is an act of tyranny, right? I've been pardoned, alright? This is gonna make you look bad, alright? Devoted servant. Oh, it takes about a year. You know what? For the first time, I'm actually going to go on a pilgrimage to one of the Tengrist holy sites. I got that amount of open time. Way too far away. To Kerch. Yes, Kerch. Over here. So I'll go to Kerch. It's a long pilgrimage, but it'll do. As I prepare for my journey, I know that I will travel safely under the protection of Tengri. While I go with the Heavenly Father, my realm must wait, however long I may be gone. It's time to depart. If only. Just had to spend a generous amount. I don't know why, but hang on. I wake to the noise of chaos in the camp. It only takes a few moments to realize what was happening. We are under attack. Bandits are swarming our tents and wagons while our guards do what they can to resist. Where is my sword? Or in this case, where is my mace? I will drive these dogs away. Fended them off. Defender of the faith. There was a commotion among the children today. Sarah was tempted to preach among her fellow youngsters and became a target of a small fight. Tima was furious that anyone could target someone, speaking on behalf of Tengri, and chased away the other children. Zealous. Either that or be brave like me. Or keep calm. Listen, you're fickle, so you'll be more, less likely for hostile schemes against you. But if you were calm, you can lose the stress a bit more, and you can discover it. Any plots against you. Not to mention it adds more diplomacy, so I'd rather see you be a diplomatic man. Religious zealotry isn't going to do well for here. So it's better for you to be calm. I'm starting to think that this current version dispatch, the reason why this isn't happening, or it's due to one of the mods I'm using, I have no idea. Anyways. I'd be delighted if your daughter Sarah could visit my court at Becca's to meet her peers. Let everyone know. Unfortunately, which includes her. Yeah, she'll be there. And we'll lose some stress because I'm an eager reveler. Hope that guy doesn't drown in the nearest river. I am finally here. Body and soul at the great temple of Kerch. As a shaman offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that had to happen for Tengri to bring me here. At this moment in time, I have walked the holy path. You gain some more piety, make you look good. You're a pilgrim, and because of my faith that has the ancestor worshipped in it, you'll gain in the footsteps of my forebears, which family members will respect you more. And because of my faith has the esotericism tenet, you might become a wise man or will knowledge still elude you. You're a pilgrim, and I am a wise man, which is virtuous in our faith, which gives you a little more learning, known for his unconventional but practical approach to religion. Once I return, we'll hold a mystical communion, since I know such things. Alright. How was it? My journey's been a long one, but I finally come home again. While much remains the same, something has changed in how the shamans, but I've undergone a journey of a holy man. If they can assist in this change something about me, whether I can see myself or not. Yes, I'm a wise man. But now you get to hold a mystical opinion. I will reach for the presence of Tengri and transfix ecstasy. You will gain divine guidance for 5 years, reducing the stress gain and stress loss. There may be unforeseen side effects. Your future reference. My convenience with the divine have been different lately. They no longer make me feel ecstatic, but instead weak. Today I can't muster the strength to rise from the bed. Servants, help! Yeah, the voices from beyond aid this character. At least that's how they explained it. You're fine. Calm down, will ya? The time has come to treat your cold. Well, I'm fairly certain a simple thing to what suffice your choices. Do no more when it is necessary. Punyate insisted that my humors are out of balance, and that the best way to restore them would be thorough bloodletting. After consulting astronomical charts, she decided I should be bled from my armpits and temples. The bloodletting turned out to be just what I needed for now. The worst of my symptoms are alleviated and the world seems a little brighter. Excellent work. Thank you. Again, don't respond to it. This may be a bug. Like, if it were to hit the 0, you would have had a war immediately. But it's kind of interesting that I asked for a pardon and I got it. And we'll be sure to get another hook on that man sooner or later. And I don't think we should wait any longer. So let's take advantage of this time to start the Subjugation War. Assemble here. We'll work our way down, take the capital, and we subjugate that whole land. All of this will return to the Avars. To what used to be under our control back in the good old days. Ah, yes. You also have diplomatic education. But I believe you'll do. You have many older children. Anyways. Sure. Learn it from the best. And as for you, oh my son. Likely never gonna get over consumption. You have it too. I can petition my liege before we declare that subjugation war. What can I ask him? Since we have your capital already has more 66% of development out of my liege. Well, we could try fortified borders again. My liege is in debt. Send bailiffs. Here we go. Because, you know, I can't let my marshal, you know, try to control. My seneschal's doing whatever she can, but please help me to restore the county in one of my unruly unruly counties. What say you? I am escorted into King Boris's throne room, where he begs for an approach and address him. I carefully describe upon my victim faces, resistant to my authority and beset by vagabonds, and request assistance in restoring order. After listening to the speech, he frowns and robustly. I apologize, but for the good of Bulgaria, I must refuse your request. Wait, my lord, hear me out. I saw the second opinion just popped up. Anyways, get back here. Okay, here we go. Boris thinks for a moment, then cries, Viseslav, I require your counsel on this matter. Who's that? That's the Patriarch of Bulgaria. He's in the background somewhere, just around there. Anyways, the nobly born Patriarch steps forward eagerly, clutching his robe. Yes, a most delicate affair, my lord. Duke Balaton of Temes, where is he? Not here, but he's in here somewhere, inside his court. King Stewart watches quietly from the sidelines. The right numbers would persuade him of my need. The king turns back to me and his head's already moving elsewhere. I need to do something! Oh, hell. Oh, double hell. Ah, 1 second. Crud. Well, I'll take the stewardship option. Ah, no matter which one you pick. It makes very little difference, even if you were to go patronage this way. It's very close, so he is either going to come around or he's a bit more likely that he is unconvinced, and my petition will end, and then I'm like, okay, then. I just noticing to trip Vaslav up. He's unconvinced. Very well then. It'll get better eventually. And you better get this done, because there's that one peasant revolt in our neck of the woods, because of that Orthodox faith that they're still spreading, as it's, you know, encroaching to here. And we know that the territory that we will subjugate is mainly Catholic, and it should be ran by Catholic chieftains over there. So everything should be fine. This is going to cost a lot of prestige, but we will get the 2 high chiefdoms, and every single chieftain in this realm will become my vassal. Yes, I'm already in an activity, which now I am here. Just go straight for the capital. Take the capital, take their children. But it's likely he'll lead an army, so we have to defeat him and his allies, because we cannot wait any longer. Win decisively when we catch them, because they cannot unite with their allies as the main priority. Head up to the capital and bring it down. Pay up. I don't need to bring my Serbian ally over here. 6 months is good enough. Sodomy. Duke Bertalan of Temis. Neighbor. He's been enjoying the intimate company of other men. The foolishness, I think, is such a sin against Tengri. Well, or in this case, their and you know, their views on that sort of thing is shunned. Lost in lust, so his character drowns in their past in a tangle of limbs. Oh, and he's rakish, he's got a lover's pox. He's improvident. What gives? What makes him so prone to stress? He knows his native language and the court language, so you will regret giving in your desires, Balaton. Because I know what I'm going to do to you. Your liege is not going to look at you more kindly. He won't accept it, but I'm going to expose his secret. Oh. Okay then. That's good. Good to know. But don't make me expose the secret, alright? And I will not lay with you, because I am a chaste man. And I'm not a homosexual. No, sir. All I need to do is take their capital and you win the war. That's it. And it will subjugate and will make the biggest gains yet. And hopefully those foreigners in our on this side of the Danube, which is supposed to be again our righteous territory. But if any of them got an issue, we'll put them down. Keep that well in mind. We have the ability to do so. Where are these guys? But it matters not. The Galrong hybrid culture from Bogpa and Kang. I was about to say, did he name that culture after himself, or am I crazy? Gotcha! As much as I'd like to get money out of you, but you're not going to pay enough. Plus, you'll be serving under me. All of you will be serving under me. This used to be known as the Lower Pannonia Principality. Well, not anymore. It is now part of our own Avaria. Now, some of you may have a problem with me, but I understand your language, all of you. And there's even areas that I do have claims to, and I want you out of there. As I said, I do have claims to these areas, and I will get you out of there. And knowing there's a lot of hostile vassals, I think it would be wise to get some bodyguards, because you may never know that they'll try to assassinate me. Because this has a chance to prevent assassination murder attempts. Reduce your risk to die or be captured in battles that you're both fighting in. So, the legendary Blade Master and the handsome man. You two will do. Pay you both handsomely. Possibility for stress relieving events. There's no reason to have a gesture because we don't have a court. There's no reason for that. Could form a hybrid culture with them. But what they have is mountaineer ruralism. We're not mountain people, so I wouldn't do that. Equitable just is more common and honest more common. I don't like that. If I had my druthers, I would rather reform my culture. Just to try to establish a new tradition, but the problem is, well, we have a bellicose ethos, where, you know, that's going to cost you some, but there are some that has a reduced price of it. But since you are bellicose, you might as well look for these. Perhaps these. Since we are such a cavalry intensive, But if I had a lot more prestige by any means, I would likely go for horse breeders. Or go for a cheaper option, only the strong. Let me see that. Knights must have at least 12 prowess. Blade Master traits have additional bonuses, and Martial Education traits also grants prowess. But it gives us more knights, and knight effectiveness goes way up, but this reduces the levies and men-at-arms maintenance costs, which just shows that we're trying to be like that, but too expensive. I mean, we do have our clergy being war priests, so we already have that as we're Tengrists. Winter soldiers, I mean, we have a habit of fighting up in the winter, but it doesn't happen very often. And if I want winter commanders, I can get one, but it's doubtful. And forests are plentiful around here, so I wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't do highlands. Looting is just rather limited. So yeah, it's like, yeah, we may be horse lords, but I'd like to be horse breeders, but it's a long way away. But you do not have a regiment of light cavalry, heavy cavalry, or arch cavalry of at least 8 in size. Because we have, let me see. It's 300 plus 300, because I'm counting the 2 horse archers as well. 300 equals 600, so you are short, so. I never really looked into this till now. I do have a habit of learning languages, but no need for that. Martial admiration sounds very good. Because, you know, we're not exactly a warrior culture people, but it seems like we're slowly turning into that. Just based on our accomplishments. Keep looking. Ritual. And obviously we live nowhere near the steppe, so that can't happen. So if I was a betting man, you're likely going to have to pick a tradition that's from the warfare. So I don't think it'll happen in my lifetime. It's going to have to happen in the next ruler's lifetime. And since my son Timur is going to be more of a diplomat, I could see him as being a very prestigious man, if he keeps the realm together. And possibly the future Khan. I can see that. Him being a prestigious Khan. So yes, I understand. But I do not want to form a hybrid culture because, well, they don't like us too much yet. Despite the recent conflict with them. But that's just how it's going to be. Don't spend that money right now. Wait 3 months. As I stated before, some of you resent me for this, even that whole ghost town thing. But keep an eye on factions. There are some that will not join a faction because they're underage, but there are those. There are those out there. And regardless what these vassals think of me, at least they'll be giving us a lot of levies. But that means we can raid this area now. And everybody wants to meet Sarah. You know she's betrothed to a Serbian prince. Oh, that's way over there. Yeah, she'll be there. I ought to stop doing that. I'm gonna get paranoid about that. What's East Francia doing right now? Not at war, but they may have superior allies, but you're not gonna bring them en masse when we go out and raid. Katun. I know what that means exactly. Put it here. Gonna be raiding Austria. Because that area's not been disturbed yet. As I woke this morning, I saw the rays of sunshine falling through my window. It took me a moment to realize I had slept soundly for the first time in weeks. I did not wake up coughing once. I'm glad to be well again. Actually, you take the charge. You're the Reaver. Bring us plunder. Plenty of them. In this case, we don't have any other Reavers, have we? No, sir. Okay, then I'll go with you then. Fortunately, some of the areas have already been raided, but... You go for the big ones, I'll take the little ones. Don't get too separated, though. We'll try to stick together as much as we can. I could have someone better to do it, but that only adds faster progress. But it's a possible side effect, alright? It's a chance of that happening. It's not guaranteed. I did say don't get too separated. Get over here. Quickly. They're mad at us. Let's get the money. This area has hills. This area has plains. War went decisively, but the movement is not locked yet. Just hang on. Hold position. Move in. We'll devastate them. The owner's 2 years of debt. Go do your thing. We'll be right behind you. He's doing it way faster than I am. Oh, didn't know. Fire and blood. The settlement of Crims, an important stronghold in Greater Crims, has fallen to my raiders. We have the run of vast tracts of land, and made it of quivering subjects and shining treasures from Duke Wilhelm to choose from. The troops stand ready, waiting my command to give them direction. We're trying to develop here, so captured skilled slaves for Heves. We should start doing that again. Development. But hey, more prestige if you win battles, so maybe we should save up for one of those traditions I look forward to getting, since there's room for it. May never know we'll get up to 5,000 in this period of time, because I like to have horse breeders, since we are a cavalry-intensive army. And light footman is just for forest combat, and good at dealing with heavy infantry. We do this because we are familiar with the realities of warfare out here. Doesn't matter where you go. You're going to be venturing off too far. So head to here. And after this, after this we'll take a raid Graz. And then come back home. So that capital over there has doesn't have much loot, but I think you have to make do with what you can. Prince Archbishop's land. Okay. Soon you're going to have to turn around and go after your last raid, alright? As tempting as it is. And plus, that peasant revolt may break out, so you may want to get back sooner. So raid Grazden, turn around and go. I was recently gifted a sizable amount of herbal tea from fruits and flowers of the elderberry plant. It is said to help with providing relief against common physical ailments like the cold and fevers. I would like a cup of elderberry tea now, please. Drinking herbal tea from elderberry flowers and fruit, as this character likes to do, is said to provide relief against many physical ailments. One can only hope that is true. Alright. Yeah, I figured. Every county in the faction, particularly over there. Yeah, we're gonna have to go back now. It's not a huge size, but we'll take care of it. Yeah, we'll go deal with them right now. You'll try to continue your raid and raid whatever you can, bit by bit, until you make your way back. Because you are very good at your job, Morgana. Demand conversion? Well, what happens if I refuse? A crime to rightfully imprison me. I'd like to see you try. You converted my land, did you? No, not yet. But he's in the process. I'll say no to that. It's gonna take a long while to recover all the levies. Okay, we'll go to Graz and then we'll be back home. Meanwhile, just a few of my good warriors and horse archers will deal with these peasants at a quick succession. Well, we captured him, but during the final moment of this battle. As this battle rages on, I realize there are multiple weak points in our front line, which are particularly vulnerable to an enemy spearhead attack. Screaming at my men to cover the softened area, my voice breaks. I realize they will not be able to hear me. Quick, I say to my men, you need to come with me. I command them and usher them in the direction of the weak spot. As they arrive, the enemy has already begun charging to the vulnerable gap in the line, so I rally the men to brace for a coming charge. Whilst we halt, we hear an enemy general shouting a muffled command, followed by groans of numerous enemy footmen. What was that sound? I think before a rain of spears and jabs begins to descend over the shoulders of the enemy push. As projectiles slam into the men around me, one smacks past my head, excruciatingly close to penetrating my skull. As I turn in shock, I see the same spear destined my head lodged into the chest of a lifeless footman behind me. Jarred and stunned, I wobbled away from the enemy charge in a nauseating mix of fear and shock. That could have been me. Oh my lord. That was close, way too close. Had a near-death experience. I am recovered traumatized, but allowed to stay in my front lines of combat. I will be at risk for further events which may traumatize me further. Don't care. So yeah, we're done raiding. Our part is done. Oh, and got your son. Hope he pays me. No? Oh, right, you got no money. Oh, that's a shame. I think you've had enough. You need to go rest. So we can recover our levies and everything. Just develop. Then I figured it's about time that we should commission another artifact. I have my weapon, I have my armor. Now, I want the crown. Metalsmith inspiration funded. Balaton de Lulu, a Frenchman. A hunter too. He doesn't like me very much. You don't know my language and I don't know yours, but you are intimidated, so you better damn well work for me. Not till 3 years. many lovers in their court, in that big country of theirs. But hey, at least I'm still the master of the hunt. At least now there will be defenses. So, terrified. You're not terrified of me. You are. Hey, what you got there? A warhammer. Oh, created just for him. +1 prowess, 9 figures +3. Ah, my mace is better. Old and infirm. That man's gonna pass away sooner or later. Well, he'll be out of debt finally. And how is your son, by the way? Always a man of intrigue, but not much of a military man, so he'll be less intimidating. And at least none of you guys will be raiding my lands anymore. A kindly spirit. They say a powerful, benevolent spirit resides in part of Subjugate. There are many stories circulating about how it has protected children who got lost at night, or how it helped hunters defeat dangerous predators, for example. Let us hope it continues to protect the locals then. Rumor has it there's a powerful but benevolent spirit living there, who protects locals from both worldly and spiritual dangers. Adds a little more development growth to that area. But I'm only putting the best effort here. Let's keep going. Again, that subjugation cast ballet, you can only do it once. Once in a lifetime. And it was worth it. How many titles do I have? Visegrad, Bax, Bahar, Smogi. Go. Especially that all these areas, some of them have gotten names, certain cultures, you know. Living off the land. Might as well, because so we can do that 2 raiding armies where I will do one, and then we got our Reaver here, and we can hope for the best. And then in 2 years' time, we'll have hit and run, so we can have less retreat losses should we ever be defeated in battle. And then in 4 years' time, we'll have sappers, which matters little to me in siege progress. Then I'll be a strategist. I'm more of a strategist than a gallant man, but if I ever get another close call with another near-death experience, I'm definitely going to retire from the front line and serve as a strategic commander instead. Maybe, just maybe. I mean, look at you. How many hell duchies you got? You got your personal champion, your dynasty, all that. And soon they're going to commission me a crown, which will probably give me some more monthly prestige. So from now on, I will not be spending any more on buildings or any kind of prestige that would cost me a bit too much. From then on out. And perhaps once I'm done being a strategist, I should go for a majesty focus for all these things. Yeah, I could see that. And as for the innovations, Obviously the progress is still very slow, hence the reason why we're trying to develop here. Because I want to cash this battle ice so we can have major county wars. I mean, I hold backs, but he's got Themis. But I can't wage war against him. And what else? The only claimants you have now are just these counties on that other side, including a few of those. Huh? To the heroic Duke Tuzniq, the sound of your voice is like a glittering ocean, and when I wish to only feel the embrace of your love, so that I may know the touch of the divine, you and me together forever. These lines are a bleak reflection of my feelings, sir. I'll do anything to prove my loyal affections. Oh, just so woman, huh? You flatter me, my lady. And don't forget to hunt and feast a little more often. In addition. And don't try to petition your liege. It's pointless. Consumption bounce humors. My son Yabgo recovered consumption. It's a miracle. Wonderful news. Cursed Han be praised. I thought it was impossible. Clearly you survived. Mainly conquest wars. Commendations. While spending some time with him, my friend Count Litamiso discovered that Count Radoslav had an intense relationship. Did not let that stand, and however, somehow convinced Radoslav not as bad as think is. I owe my friend great thanks. Alright. Haven't gotten any events from the Frenchman. I guess he ain't complaining. Just do your damn work, that's all. I have to go raiding again soon. Developed. Keep it up. I will try to get the development to at least 10, and then we'll start working on Visegrad over there to get it up to 10, as this is farmlands also. And there's a reason for that. Oh, where is it? 40% chance to gain 0.30 for progress each month, which is based on that average development in Avar counties. That's the reason we're trying to develop our land here so it can spread outwards. So I suggest you start raiding now. Go to Great Moravia. If any of them hasn't defiled the lands yet. Yeah. Okay, I get the horse archers and some of the champions, while you get the good ones. They have not been disturbed, so... And don't fear them. Don't know what to do. So, ready? We're gonna start from there, and then we'll work our way, so on and so forth. So let the great raid begin. Yes, I'm convinced that this is a bug. Because if it was hit 0, then we would have been war already. Kind of exploitative, but I don't know if any other players that play Crusader Kings for a living has done this sort of thing. Oh, over here, my lord, my champion Balaton waves me over with a wide grin. I've toiled many days and nights, and my work has finally done. He presents me with an object wrapped in cloth as I lift the fabric of my eyes grow wide. A fancy crown of fine craftsmanship. The crown is forged from brass and set with small pieces of jet. Or yet, or how it's pronounced. Prestige 0.12 a month. And it costs a little bit less to build buildings. Alright. This is lovely. Now put this on. It may not change the character's look, but it's got some. And I'll come back in 4 years. In 4 years we'll commission one more artifact, which will be for Regalia. Because I have the money, and I can get what I want. Oh. Timur, again. Never back down from a challenge, Timur. You may be a diplomat, but you'll be brave, just like me and my forefathers. Oh, by the way, me being a raider, it does not increase the raid speed. That's good. But money is not the issue here. Money is good. Just give me more captured slaves just to get the development progress up faster. It's not faster as much as it's a jump of it. A big jump. So my plan is to get the development up to 10 and then we'll start developing Visegrad. Plenty of loot here. Going to work our way westwards. Really love the raiding party idea. Not just one, but two. You take Nitra and I'll take the next one. Oh, wait, we got prisoners. Oh, we actually captured the Count himself. Well, you better pay up. It may not be much, but I'll take very little. And if you want your wife back, you better start saving up that money if you want her back. We really gotta get Transylvania one day. Why does it have to be up there? Did take Prosperuk. You'll be Smoglani. Yes, we'll even go up to Moravia itself. Maybe we'll get his children. And then they'll have to pay. Oh, there's a bishopric here. We'll be right with you. Like 15 days versus 9 days. Okay, the Reaver is better. Plus he's got more men at arms than I do. Okay, you'll take this side, I'll take that side, and whoever gets Brno. It's almost like raiding is a game. like some sick game, some would think, to the more cynical. Up to Olomouc, and then to Brno. So I'll go to Brno. I'll have the honor of that. We used to be allied with Bohemia, but they're currently weak right now. So, oh, there's more loot up there. Take advantage of that. Coming down to Brno now. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. That's our ally. You can't raid him. In fact, that's his territory. Go raid there instead. Yeah. Our mistake. Got your wife, son, and heir. Excellent. That means... Yes, sir. All the way. Pay up. If you know what's good for you. It's Praha like 17, but how does he get more? But again, Bohemia is defenseless, so just take what you can. And then you're gonna have to come back here. So, Boleslav, Visegrad, and Prague, that's it. You have to turn around and come back. Because I can't take much more of this. This is gonna be our last area for me to raid, and then you're gonna have to come back here. Well defended too. It's a proper castle. Alright, let's return. We'll be taking some casualties along the way, but the loot is full by the time. I got so much money, it's like armor. I'm proud to see my daughter no longer as a child, but as an adult, with sufficient tutelage, even a child has displayed a little natural inclination towards careful planning, such as Sarah can come truly to understand its uses. Now it's harder to say, however. Everything that's task of her is done by others before she gets to it, and she never tells petty lies the way that she's used to. Perhaps she was not as clever as she... An elusive shadow. Well, it's to keep an alliance with the Serbs alive, so you honored that betrothal. Thank you very much. Now your last place to raid, Prague, and then after that, get back over here. They're mad at us. Quick. Get away from there. Because you need to disband that army before, you know, they'll get us. You're on your own. I may have to take it over because I'm the organizer here. Proof devotion. Lord Tuzniq, my thoughtful lion, my courtier Sarah, not my daughter, was kneeling in the dust before me, right hand above her heart. My only desire is to bring you honor and happiness. Pray tell me, how can I prove my love for you? Well, slay a wolf and bring me its pelt. She fails to slay a wolf. At least it was a good effort. Captured his brother. Alright, time for you to go. You did what you could do. Well done. Now I can use that money to send gifts to whomever. And many other things. Including recruiting more potential champions. My vassal, Count Slavomir, has proven himself highly capable, especially in administrative matters. There are some projects I would like to undertake in the county of Utka. I need each with your blessing, of course. Don't worry about that amount of prestige I'll be spending because we're about to get some more through that. Through this. See? You're gonna have to pick up that raider trait sooner or later. Because you're doing very, very good. If you say you're all good in the council, are any of you talented in any way, shape, or form? Right, for Chancellor, what about for whoa there! 31 stewardship? I did not notice that. Oh, he's a gardener, he's an architect. Okay, you're the steward then. Sorry about this, brother, but I found an extremely talented steward. He can develop this in a hurry. And what about for Spymaster? Any good? Yeah, but I don't trust him. He's ambitious. Why didn't you tell me there was an architect in our realm? Don't take it too hard, brother. It's the maintenance. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it'll take 17 months to increase another level of development. Thanks to him being so talented. 6.1 monthly growth. Amazing. Here we go. This is what I wanted for the longest time. Been saving for God knows how much money. So, all of Transylvania will be mine. But we're not to press it right now because we're going to try to reinforce. Can you do the same for Temes? And so that way this would fully unite the Avar realm. As it should be. Even though some of them are Orthodox Christians, but that can be dealt with. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What? Slavomir had an affair with her, who is a genius? I would lose one level of devotion for that, but you know, it is a serious crime. I'm gonna imprison both of you, but there is a punishment for you. Apologies for this inconvenience. You're an adulterer. That's one thing. Now I'm gonna give you your old job back. Because you deserve it. As you were. It's just a misunderstanding. I could have sworn I already got hit and run. still a long way to becoming a strategist. Yeah. At least I got some of that money back from getting that claim on Transylvania, but I need one more. Uh-huh. A bisexual and a homosexual, but this is a count. It's useful to know. A fine spear. Try to blackmail him. May never know. Oh, so you refused. Well, the old king isn't going to be happy with you, because you know he's an irritable man. So you're exposed. Or as I would say back when I was little, just to make fun with my brothers, and that is saying, exposed. I'm gonna end this episode soon, so this will be 20 minutes shorter, I promise it. We're gonna go hunt and then feast because I want to save up prestige. Now I've gotten into this idea of the whole thing about this cultural tradition in warfare of the horse breeders. But they say that you don't have a regiment of at least 8 in size. A regiment. 5. And having both of these, that's just... The old king is dead. The king is dead. My relationship with Boris was a complicated one. Yes, we were friendly at one time. We were enemies. And then we became frenemies, for the lack of a better term. And I am no longer in the council. And now, hopefully, they call him the linguists. That's a load of bull. He only understands his own language. He doesn't know mine. But still, he's a young man. I don't think he has much in the way of secrets. And he doesn't have much of stewardship, so he's going to have to start distributing land to someone who cares. I'll be the marshal again. Thank you very much. But again, I'm here to end the episode with a hunt and a feast. That is it. Because I am brave, I'm a novice hunter, I can lose all that stress. Are you saying... nah. That Greek option was there, but that's gone now. So it was a largely peaceful episode with a lot of raiding. But we're taking a short break on raiding before we will ramp up on those activities again. Oh, you know what that means. The nearest... Huh? Where did that option go? It says I can click on it. I can't click on it anymore? What the hell? Oh, I'll return empty-handed then. That was strange. Despite this, we got the stag. It gives me some prestige. And again, so what they're saying is that if you want horse breeders, the base is 200. So that's the reason why. You do not have a regiment that's at least 8 in size. So in other words, that won't happen until the early medieval era, where you can increase the size of the regiments. But if I can get more prestige by a wide margin, then we don't have to worry about this anymore. So you'll probably want to push your claims on Transylvania later. Plus it'll take it 23 years. Because of the number of Avar counties out there as compared to... But again, I will promise myself that after all this, go to Majesty focusing. Go pick up all these traits. And I will have that for the rest of my life. My father was a diplomatic man. So let's end this episode by holding a feast. Alright, who's here at the feast? The usual people? Yeah. Ah, the Count is here too, but the other ones, not so much. Countess is also here. You have all these counts? Yes. Every single one of them. Even the king is here. This is a big one. Alright. As the feast is underway, our guests are eating and drinking wherever. Count Modgodin approaches some more and meets great him. This is a marvelous feast. All my compliments to the host. I'm gonna be that kind of guy. Yes, I've done a great job, haven't I? Looks like raiding's gonna be encouraged, but I don't want to build buildings anymore until the matter is done. I listen intently to Bozan as he clearly reveals all manner of things. Distracted by getting one last drop of her tankard, she is oblivious to how carefully I'm paying attention. Once she realizes, starts again. I'm only rambling. It's not true of it anyway. Ah. Okay. Maybe I should send a gift to all of those counts there. So that way they can provide me levies, but that'll only be for wartime coming up. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that'll be the end of this episode. In the next episode, we will focus on prestige, and sometimes we'll go raiding for loot, and when we bring the said loot, also gives us prestige. And perhaps fight a war or two, but if I want Transylvania, it's going to cost you, but not very much, because at least it's somewhat of a different faith that we can try to... Oh yes, Timur. So, with Swiss tutelage, not even a child has displayed such a natural inclination towards diplomatic influence, such as Timur can come truly understand. A true silver tongue, he could sway the opinion of counts and kings alike. When he speaks, the court listens and enraptured silence. They grow up so fast, the grey immense. Excellent. If only you had a more improved skill, you would be my chancellor. And at least you'd do decent in a fight, as you are brave, but... in case that were to happen, I will forbid you of becoming a champion because you are very important to me. Again, a regiment, not combine the two. That doesn't work like that for the horse breeders thing. So that's going to be my focus for the next few episodes, is to get your prestige up. And it's like, yeah, we may be horse lords, and due to the way of fighting that we've been having, we might as well become horse breeders. It'll take us a couple of years, which will be no doubt after I'm gone and Timur takes over. And our cavalry won't cost as much to maintain, especially the light and the archer. Especially that. All that and more for this Pannonian Avars series, because coming soon. We'll raid again, and then we'll take Transylvania, as we know that their vassals, unfortunately, have all become Orthodox. I mean, one still remains, but still. So, until then, so long for now.